Michigan's game yesterday against Northwestern. Does Michigan really look like an 8-2 team? Do they feel like an 8-2 team? Sherrone Moore and that coaching staff yesterday did everything in their power to lose that game and to hand it to Northwestern. I know they had 5 turnovers, but when you're running the ball down their throat and you've got 4th and inches, I've never understood why a team goes out of the shotgun, out of the spread when it's 4th and inches, when you've got to run 5 extra yards to get that 6 inches for the first down. Michigan did that and they fumbled. And Northwestern obviously couldn't put them away when they had the lead. And then Sherrone Moore on that last drive, calling a timeout with 52 seconds left, with the potential of Michigan not making it on 3rd down, having to kick a long field goal, with the potential of giving Northwestern an opportunity should Michigan have made it to go ahead with time left. I just don't get it. I know it's a first world problem with Michigan being an 8-2 team. I know there's some teams in this state that would love to have that problem be an 8-2 right now, but it just doesn't feel like Michigan is an 8-2 team with a possibility in 2 weeks of going home to Ann Arbor to defeat Ohio State and making things really interesting for the college football playoff and their chances. I know they're slim, but this just, I don't know. Maybe it's because the Big Ten is weak this year, in my opinion, but an 8-2 team, they just don't seem like they're probably going to be a top 15 team in college football with that 8-2 record. They just looked weak in that second half against Northwestern. Their defense kind of let up a little bit, and I'm not sold on Sherrone Moore and Chip Lindsey and their offensive scheme at the University of Michigan. Michigan State, meanwhile, another tough loss at home to Penn State. Looked like they were hanging with them for a while until the second half. I don't know if they ran out of gas, if it was the offensive line blocking or whatever, but Michigan State falls again at home, 28-10 to Penn State. Penn State 4-6. They still got an outside shot of being bowl eligible for their interim coach. But my big question here with this East Lansing, how does Jonathan Smith survive as a head coach at Michigan State? Now, there's talk that he's going to come back next year. There's talk that maybe all these violations and all this stuff that happened before he got here may save his opportunity and maybe give him one more year. And also there's that $30 million buyout that's going to come into play at Michigan State. But we'll have to wait and see on that. Do they have any life left? They've got 2 games left. They got to go to Iowa next week. We'll see how Iowa reacts after that tough loss at USC. And then they're playing at Ford Field against Maryland in the season finale. The big question around here is how many people are going to go to Ford Field the Saturday after Thanksgiving for that game? Is it going to be half filled? We'll have to wait and see on that. But tough sledding right now in East Lansing for Michigan State as they fall to 3-7, 0-7 in the Big Ten.